Hey guys, this is Ben Leibovich coming at you. Thanks for watching. So yesterday I published a video, maybe day before yesterday, something recently, entitled "No Money Down," in which I mentioned that what I see out there is that most people, in terms of their perception of what no money down is, think it's seller financing. Now, I dispute that. I do sometimes, but I don't typically rely on seller financing in order to create no money down structure in my deals. However, this video is in follow up because I need to talk to you about land contracts because land contract is the most common form of seller financing vehicle. Paperwork wise, legally wise, this is how people see themselves doing seller financing. Well, there's a couple of issues with land contract that I need to discuss with you. Okay, and I'm not going to worry about it as you're a seller. Okay, if you're selling a property on land contract, I'm going to tell you that there are issues with Dodd-Frank, and I'm not going to go into that. Here we're talking about purchasing a property with nothing down via, for instance, seller financing, which is accomplished by way of land contract. The thing about land contract you need to understand is that land contract doesn't transfer ownership interest. It doesn't transfer legal title. It transfers equitable interest, so you get some rights, but you don't get legal title. So equitable title, but not legal title. Well, what's the problem with that? Well, the problem with that is very simple. Ownership comes with a basket of rights, and that basket of rights is full and complete with a fee simple a title. Anything short of fee simple, you are missing some of the ownership rights as part of that basket of rights. Okay. So here you bought a house to flip. You're going to flip it for $110,000. You bought it for 40. It needs $30,000 of work. So you figure, okay, you bought it in the land contract. You're going to have a partner finance $30,000 remodel, contractor, whatever. Then you'll sell it and you'll split the profit. Wonderful. Okay. What you need to understand is that you don't own that house. What happens with a land contract is that it's basically an installment plan. It may get recorded at the courthouse as such. However, you don't get the title. The seller keeps the title, and you have a right to perform and execute that installment plan. And upon your execution, you will have an opportunity to refinance or what have you, to transfer the title. Okay? You need to understand, if you need to put in $30,000 into this building, then you're putting $30,000 into a building you don't own, flat out. Do you think there are things that can go wrong in the middle of that process which prevent you from being able to execute your plan? Because after all, somebody else owns the building. The title is in somebody else's name, not yours. So again, you have equitable title. You have access to some of the aspects of the some of the rights in the basket, but you don't have the title. You are not the owner. So with the ownership, kind of being wishy-washy, watered down like this, how much money do you want to put into this thing? Because you could lose it. You could lose it. If you don't own the property, you can have a business plan, but there's a lot of things that could go wrong. A lot more than if you did own the property. Make sense? There's another way to accomplish the same thing, which is purchase money mortgage, which is essentially the seller gets a note. You give the seller a promissory note in exchange for a lien on this property. But in this way, you do get the title of the property. So you get the title, the seller gets the lien. That's the way I handle all of my transactions. Okay? All of my borrowing. That's also the way you borrow at the bank. Just any old vanilla bank you go to borrow money, that's how they do it. A promissory note and either a trust deed or a mortgage, depending whether you're a lien state or what. Okay, so a little different mechanics, same concept. But I suggest if your intention is to do something like a land contract, there is a better option. By the way, I talk about this a lot in CFFU because there's a lot to talk about. This is just kind of the overview with the from a view from 10,000 feet up, but there's an awful lot to talk about as part of this paperwork and all that. And obviously, also when you do a promissory note, there are a lot of clauses that can be made part of that note that could be very advantageous for both sides, really. Okay. All right. Hopefully this gives you something to think about. My name is Ben Leibovich. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.